You're living in a world where your thoughts and opinions are constantly being reinforced, and it's not just social media that's to blame, but also the complex web of relationships and interactions that shape your daily life. Your own mind is a powerful echo chamber, and it's shaping your perceptions in ways you're not even aware of, often without you even realizing the subtle influences that are at play. Think about the last time you had a conversation with someone who completely disagreed with you. Did you find yourself feeling uncomfortable, or even a little defensive, perhaps without even knowing why?
This reaction is a natural response to the perceived threat to your own beliefs and values, and it's a common phenomenon that can be observed in many different contexts.
The concept of an echo chamber is nothing new, but it's becoming increasingly relevant in today's digital age, where social media platforms and online communities can create a false sense of consensus and reinforce our existing views. When we surround ourselves with people and information that only affirm our existing beliefs, we create a bubble that's difficult to escape, a bubble that can be incredibly comforting, but also incredibly limiting. This can lead to a narrow, biased view of the world, and it's not just limited to our online interactions, but also permeates our daily conversations, our friendships, and even our own thoughts, influencing the way we perceive reality and the way we interact with others.
You're watching Mind Unlocked, where we decode the hidden patterns of the human mind and explore the complex mechanisms that drive our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
The idea of an echo chamber is closely related to the concept of social conformity, which was studied by psychologist Solomon Asch, who demonstrated the power of social influence in shaping our perceptions and behaviors. In his famous experiment, Asch found that people would often conform to a group's opinion, even if it went against their own judgment, highlighting the deep-seated human desire to belong and to be accepted by others. This phenomenon is still relevant today, as we often find ourselves surrounded by people who share similar views and opinions, and who reinforce our existing beliefs, creating a sense of validation and security. And here is the part that hits close to home: you're probably contributing to your own echo chamber without even realizing it, often through a process of self-selection, where you choose to engage with people and information that confirm your existing views, and avoid those that challenge you. When you only engage with people who share your views, and avoid those who challenge you, you're creating a self-reinforcing cycle that's hard to break, a cycle that can be incredibly difficult to escape, and one that can have profound consequences for your personal growth and development.
Think about the last time you had a conversation with someone who completely disagreed with you. Did you find yourself feeling uncomfortable, or even a little defensive, perhaps because your mind is wired to respond to conflict, and when we're faced with opposing views, it can be unsettling, even threatening, to our sense of identity and self.
You have probably done this at some point in your life, surrounded yourself with people who only affirm your beliefs, and avoided those who challenge you, often without even realizing the implications of your actions. It's a natural human tendency, driven by the desire for comfort, security, and validation, but it's also a limiting one, as it prevents you from exposing yourself to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences that could broaden your understanding of the world and help you grow as a person. When we only expose ourselves to information that confirms our existing views, we miss out on the opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to evolve, and we become stagnant, stuck in a narrow, limited perspective that prevents us from seeing the world in all its complexity and beauty. The shift happens when we become aware of our own echo chambers, and make a conscious effort to break free from them, often through a process of self-reflection, where we examine our own biases, assumptions, and motivations, and challenge ourselves to see the world from different perspectives. It's not always easy, and it can be uncomfortable to challenge our own beliefs and assumptions, as it requires a willingness to confront our own limitations and vulnerabilities, and to embrace the uncertainty and ambiguity that comes with exploring new ideas and perspectives. But it's only by embracing this discomfort that we can truly grow, and develop a more nuanced understanding of the world around us, a world that is complex, multifaceted, and constantly evolving. Here is the part that gets personal: when you're willing to challenge your own beliefs, and engage with people who disagree with you, you're not only broadening your own perspective, but also becoming a more empathetic and open-minded person, able to see the world from different angles, and to understand the experiences, values, and motivations of others.
Think about that for a second. The next time you find yourself in a conversation with someone who completely disagrees with you, try to see it as an opportunity, rather than a threat, an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to connect with someone on a deeper level, and to discover new insights, perspectives, and understandings that can enrich your life and broaden your horizons.
And the research goes even further. Studies have shown that people who engage in diverse social interactions and expose themselves to different viewpoints are more likely to develop emotional intelligence, a concept developed by psychologist Daniel Goleman, which refers to the ability to recognize and understand emotions in ourselves and others, and to use this awareness to guide our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This is because emotional intelligence is not just about understanding ourselves, but also about understanding others, and being able to navigate complex social situations where different perspectives, values, and motivations come into play. When we engage with people who challenge us, we develop our ability to empathize, to listen, and to communicate effectively, skills that are essential for building strong, meaningful relationships and for navigating the complexities of the modern world. Imagine being in a conversation where you're not just affirming your own views, but also actively listening to, and trying to understand, the other person's perspective, a conversation that is characterized by mutual respect, empathy, and openness, and where both parties are willing to learn, to grow, and to adapt. It's a powerful feeling, and it's one that can lead to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships that are built on a foundation of trust, understanding, and mutual respect, and that can bring joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose to our lives. You don't need to be a psychologist to understand the power of social influence, but it's helpful to know that our minds are wired to respond to the people around us, and that we are constantly influenced by the social context in which we live, work, and interact. When we surround ourselves with positive, supportive people, we're more likely to feel confident, motivated, and inspired, and to develop a positive, resilient mindset that can help us navigate the challenges and uncertainties of life.
But when we're surrounded by negative, critical people, we can start to feel drained, uncertain, and demotivated, and our mental and emotional well-being can suffer as a result.
The next finding is even more disturbing. When we're stuck in our own echo chambers, we're not just limiting our own growth, but also contributing to a larger societal problem, a problem of polarization, division, and fragmentation, where people are more likely to be entrenched in their own views, and less likely to engage with others who hold different perspectives.
We're creating a world where people are more divided than ever, and where opposing views are seen as threats, rather than opportunities for growth, and where the lack of empathy, understanding, and communication can lead to conflict, violence, and social unrest.
So next time you find yourself in a conversation with someone who completely disagrees with you, remember that it's not just about winning an argument, or being right. It's about understanding, and being understood, and about creating a space for mutual respect, empathy, and dialogue. It's about recognizing that the other person has a unique perspective, experience, and value system, and that their views are valid, even if they differ from our own. By embracing this mindset, we can start to break down the barriers that divide us, and build bridges of understanding, empathy, and connection that can bring us closer together, and help us create a more harmonious, compassionate, and just society. Subscribe to Mind Unlocked for more insights into how your mind really works, and how you can unlock your full potential, and become the best version of yourself.